All right, I hope y'all can hear me and everything. I'm trying to get this. I should have had this already set up, but I haven't. Welcome to Old Man Catfishing. Hadn't been here in a while. Kind of go through funky stages. Lost my son almost 2 years ago, and this week was last Sunday was Father's Day, and then the day after was his and his twin brother's birthday. So that being said, I'm going to do some unboxings for you because with my lung issues and everything, I can't always go out. And we got the heat hitting us now. We got a heat index warning starting at 9 this morning, I think, until late tomorrow. And I'm at a different apartment. I got front door open right here with my storm door shut. I got blinds open over here, and I got a light above me, and I'm hoping that this light's gonna be all right and everything. So that being said, I'm gonna try to start doing some stuff that on days I can't go out, start putting out more content. A lot of it's gonna be how-to stuff. One thing I haven't got out, a couple things I haven't got out. I got a box I've had for quite a while from a mudhole where you can build your own fishing rods. So I'm going to start utilizing that. And only thing that worries me, there's a time where you got to have a flame, and whenever you're putting this kind of like sealant on over your threads and everything, and you got to let it set up for like 24 hours. But we'll see what the smoke detectors think of that. So that might be interesting, but that's neither here nor there. And I got these little hats I ordered off Amazon, and I didn't like the print, come out horribly. So I've got some leather patches that's been laser printed, and all they in cursive writing says "Old Man Catfishing." So I got the stuff. I got some hats, bulk hats on sale, and I don't have many because I'm not going to sell hats right now. I just can't afford it. But this is going to be for family and friends and stuff, and they're summer hats. All the other hats I've been finding have been winter hats. And you look at these, and I mean they're light, but it's really not what I want. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I have hearing aids now. So anyway, I got some stuff that was on eBay that was used stuff, and one of the things I'm gonna do is be ironing on, heat pressing on these patches, and we'll see how that goes and everything. It's gonna be interesting. Right here, I'm excited about this. I've got, move my stuff out. I got this little setup here. I watch one of my favorite YouTube channels to watch is God's Country Hunting and Fishing. They're out of Louisiana, northern Louisiana, and that's really cool. I found them because I watch a lot of catfishing stuff, and it was recommended by YouTube, so I started watching them. And they don't use vulgarity. We got so many channels where it's really not family oriented. There's vulgar language being used, and which, if that's what you're into, then you can watch them. I don't want to. And there's a lot of them where the women are wearing bikinis and stuff like that. If that's what you're into, good for you. I'm 68. I just don't really. I want to watch fishing shows. I'll watch some hunting shows, but I really can't go out hunting anymore. So I'm into catfishing, and everyone knows I am. And actually, if whatever's biting is what I'm into. So that being said, I got this. He has about, I think, 4 videos where he ties crappie jigs. So I ordered this setup right here. It has everything you need. And I'm going to start tying. So sit there and show it to y'all. I'm going to start tying my own crappie jigs. Now, is it going to be strictly crappie? No. I'm going to do some bigger ones for bass, and got all kinds of different hair and feathers and stuff. This is really cool. Got all kinds of different threads and everything, and I'm excited about this. I went ahead and ordered some jigs and some hardener, which the hardener I didn't really have to get it online. It's hard as nails, and let's see, here's some of the wrappings that's going to go up, finishing wrappings, and these are so cool. It's going to be some really cool jigs, I think. But I bought, I got just regular jigs. I got 1/16 ounce, 100 of them. I got 1/8 ounce, 100 of them, different color heads. And I'm watching my battery. I haven't charged these batteries, and I haven't used them in over a year since we fished that pond out there, and they're all still holding charge. Now, I got these from, these are painted by Delvin, are trout magnets. So, these are, have the little spinner on the bottom. They didn't come with any tails, but see, they have these keepers on them. And they said it's just hard to tie your own jigs with those keepers on them. Well, that should be lead. So I'm going to take side cutters. I'm going to cut them off and take a fine file, make it where there's not any sharp edges, and try to tie my own. And it's got, let's see, 4 different colored heads. And I think that'll be really cool. If any of y'all have ever did this, put it in the comments below. What problems you ran into, if any. So that's going to be, that's 3 things actually. But the reason I'm not getting started on any of this, the one thing I'm fixing to show y'all, I had a really cool Father's Day. My oldest son made me a cutting board out of walnut. It's really nice. But he worked with wood and everything. And my youngest son, the other twin, shouldn't say other twin, one of my twin boys, I went over there and they gave me a book that is so cool. It says, "Tell me your life story, Dad." And it has all these questions and everything, and I think it's totally awesome. And and I liked the way he put it. He goes, when you're gone and everything, I think the boys, my grandkids, and I think him and his wife and everything would like to see what, how your life went and everything. And I think that's really cool. But this I've already unboxed, took it out of the box. This is worm bucket. Okay. Has the spout. I already put the spout in and everything. Has 2 buckets. And the one reason I'm not going to show you what I'm doing, I'm fixing to show you. How y'all like that? Enunciating. Show you. And these are a pain in the... This lid is not easy to get off. I broke a fingernail doing it yesterday when I opened it up. What's cool about it, the box itself is worm food. So anyway, the lid on the yellow one has a vent on it, which is cool. And comes with instructions, feeding instructions and everything. It comes with a brick of cocoa core, and it's something made out of coconut shell and everything. Then it has this perlite. Perlite is lava rock, or lava glass. So anyway, I got a little card in here. Okay, but see the holes there. You put the perlite and put it on the bottom. But the green bucket has no hose. And it has the spout, so I've already put the spout in. But you take this brick out of here, in which the paper bags are food. I keep going in and out, so y'all probably like, settle down, old man. So anyway, you put the brick in here, and you fill it up to either a third, anywhere from a third to halfway full of water. But you gotta let it sit for 4 to 5 hours. So it'll break up and it makes kind of like what a peat moss is like. Now, you know, I could have gone and got the stuff to you know, could have got the bag of peat moss and everything. But Dalton and Amber and the boys who gave me the book and everything also gave me a gift card for Amazon. And I've been looking at this worm bucket. And I said, well, if it was about half the price, I'd go ahead and do it. And it's not very big, as you see, but I live in a little apartment. Because I don't know if you can see real good over my shoulder and everything like that. But, and I'm going to move the camera a little bit closer since I'm not showing y'all anything else. Since I have to lean back, I won't lean forward. I have to lean back. You're like, quit doing that, old man. So anyway, it'll fit right underneath my kitchen sink and everything. It's in a dark spot. And it makes compost. And that's really what it's for. Well, I'm going to get a couple of plants in here. I need to get some fresh air in my apartment. And I'm talking to a friend of mine, and she said, get spider plants. They put out a lot of auction. You don't have to have them in direct sunlight. You can put them in, they actually recommend put them away from the direct sunlight. So I'll put one in my room and probably one in here back against the corner. We'll see. But anyway, my main objective wasn't so much for compost, but reproducing fishing worms. And so I'm going to start off with 72 night crawlers. Everyone else uses red worms, but I've read on it. You can use night crawlers, you can use this, you can use that as far as their, worms. And I was going to buy the red wigglers, but the only place locally I can go get worms other than that drive 30 minutes out to the lake is Walmart. And when I go to Walmart, I usually buy, a box of night crawlers and a box of red wigglers. They didn't carry them last year, but they had those bigger red worms. And we liked those a lot because it's just like the night crawlers. We don't put unless I'm fishing for channel cats and using a little bit bigger hooks, that's the only time I'll put a whole night crawler on. Where hopefully it might take me a couple of throws out there because I put 2 hooks on to get where the bluegills eat up all the worm, but brings in the channel cats. I'm going to be going to Nelson Pond. Y'all see me. The last time I was there, we didn't even see bluegills swim. But we've had a lot of rain this year. A lot of rain. So there's a tracker pond, a pond at Tracker boats that's above Nelson Pond, and when it rains a lot, it washes water down and fish. And hopefully I get there before everybody catches and keeps all the fish out of Nelson, because it's catch and release, but people don't care. They keep everything. And I can understand it. You want to go but here's the thing about it too. It's catch and release, and because it's catch and release, you don't have to have a fishing license. Well, you got all these people, I don't know how many of them have a fishing license. They go out there and they catch everything they catch, they keep. And I'm like, okay, are y'all breaking the law? I called the park. They got this sign. Here's the rules for Nelson Lake. They call it lake. It's 3 acres. That ain't lake. So, but it doesn't say it's catch and release on their sign. So I called them, and the guy said, yeah, it's still catch and release. I said, then why don't you have it on your sign? He goes, well, we didn't think we had to have it. I said, well, you better come and check. I said, you got people taking fish out of that pond right and left and taking it home and eating it. But if that's what they want to do and the city wants to run it that way, then good for the city of Lebanon, Missouri. Anyway, this is a quick video showing you what I'm going to be up to. I'm going to put the cocoa care in water and let it stand. I got to go get some food for the worms, in which I've got some eggshells I've already smashed up. I've got some coffee grounds, but I need to go get some bananas and some lettuce, and you know, the pre-cut salad. And if you look, sometimes you can see it kind of brown. That's perfect. I'll get it. So tomorrow I'll show me putting everything together on the bucket, and that's probably gonna be a really quick video. And adding and putting the food in there, which it'll be just a partial deal of the eggshells and the coffee grounds, and you don't want to overdo it, and a little bit of the salad. But then I'm going to cut up some of the cardboard, because they said with green you got to put brown, so I'm going to put brown, then I'm going to add the worms, the night crawlers. We shall see how it goes. But thanks for watching. Sorry I haven't been around in a while. I'm going to try to put more content, at least one video a week. I'd rather put more, but we'll see how that goes. But after I get the worms going, I'll probably, and y'all gonna, all I've done is watch videos on it. Y'all gonna see me tie my first crappie jigs, and let's just go hang out with each other to see how it goes. Thanks for watching. Be watching on down the road for another video of Old Man Catfishing. Have a great day.